Welcome back to All Things ETH. My name is Aaron, and on this channel we talk about all things Ethereum. We talk about projects, play to earn, NFTs, and price. And today, guys, I just want to go over my crypto journey for the last year and just tell you what I'm up to in the next year and just how excited I am to be in the crypto space. Last year, I spent a lot of time in crypto. The year before that, I was in stocks in particular. Just want to tell you a quick story. I was on a phone call with my grandma about 2 years ago, right around this time, and she called me up and she said, "Gosh, I think one of you grandkids is probably going to poison my oatmeal if I don't give you some of my inheritance." And sorry if I've told this story before, but I love this story. She says, "I need to give you some of my inheritance money for you, even though I'm nowhere near dead." This lady, we got to visit her this summer, my kids and I, with my wife, and she was still hopping into her pool in where she lives, and she's, I think 82 this year, and still just loving life. And so heads. Yeah, I just want to thank you, Grandma, for being so amazing, but also so generous. So she she sent me the money. I was actually in a financial sort of, not dire straits, but I was definitely reaching out, praying for a miracle, to be honest. We had just put in some new windows in our house during the winter, and in Iowa, where I live, it gets very, very cold, and we had some windows that are literally sinking into the side of our house. So I needed to replace them, and many of you guys know that I'm a pastor. I am a praying person. I love to reach out to my Lord and Savior and say, "Lord, help me out when I need help." So prayed, got on my knees, so I was praying, and not too much longer. In fact, really close to where I was going to have to probably take out a loan, which I was trying to avoid in particular. My grandma called and told me the story, how she wanted to bless her grandkids with some of their inheritance money because she hadn't passed and has no plan to pass anytime soon, but knew that we could use the help, and it was perfect timing for me. I'm a really financially responsible person. I don't often need financial help, and but this time I did, and gosh, God came through. My grandma came through, and I was able to take that money and not only pay off the windows that I was that I owed on, but I also had enough left to start investing with. And so she actually gave me part of inheritance, but also a part of a loan, and to pay her back too. So I've been paying her back with the dividends that I made over the years in stocks and crypto and those sorts of things. But anyway, enough about that. My stock journey started with Tesla. I got heavy into Tesla, but then the COVID crash happened, and that freaked me out. Gosh, I pulled that money out. I was probably down like $7,000 within, the first week or so of just being into Tesla, and I was just like, okay, I need to take a breather, and got on YouTube, started watching guys just like myself, maybe a little bit more seasoned than I was for sure, and started watching a couple people and really got inspired. Stockmo was a big one for me. He really helped me to understand the stock market from a NASDAQ perspective. Really helped to look into companies like NEO, obviously Tesla, a bunch of others. Charlie at gosh, I can't even remember his channel, but Charlie, if you know Charlie, you know he's probably one of the best and most entertaining, at least stock reporting stock YouTubers out there, and I'll link to all these in the description below. But he's fantastic. We my wife and I would laugh at him quite a bit. Just his delivery is so fantastic. Smash that ravishing like button. That kind of stuff is just fantastic. But his advice was good, and I actually did really well in 2020, when there was the crash, and then I put more money back in, and I actually didn't have a lot of work. I'm a at the time was just a freelance contract videographer and marketing specialist. So did some marketing consultation, did a lot of video production for my church, for a lot of local businesses. I contract a lot for advertising agencies to do video projects and photography. But then nobody was hiring because nobody was working. And so really that stock trading got me through what I was doing. And I was using TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim platform. That was a fantastic platform. If you're a stock trader, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you are a stock trader and you don't know what I'm talking about, I really recommend you look into TD Ameritrade and their Thinkorswim platform in particular. It is fantastic for trading stocks quickly. There may be some stuff out there now that's a little bit faster or better, but at the time, Thinkorswim was the way to go to be able to quickly day trade. I was scalping the market basically, just to try it. I mean, there's good days and bad days, guys, just like in crypto. But I've never actually day traded crypto like I was day trading stocks, and so I was. In particular, watching a lot of Delta Airlines, the ups and downs of that, and I remember one weekend, the Oracle of Omaha, put out a little bit of a FUD story, talking about how the airlines would never come back to where they were, and I remember losing like 10 grand over the weekend or something like that. When I woke up that next Monday. All the stock market was tanked, and even if I put in an order as a retail trader, you can't put in orders fast enough to get in front of the FUD. So that was really frustrating. I took my money out of that for a little while. Started just day trading, no overnight holds, anything like that, because of that particular issue. And then I got asked to be a pastor at my church. We had some staff need to step back because of family purpose or reasons, and COVID and these sorts of things. And I was asked to step up at my church and become a full-time pastor. I'd been a contractor with the church for about 7 years at the time, making video production, stuff like video announcements, and doing a lot of the technical direction as a volunteer / contractor. And but I was asked to be a full-time pastor. My dad's a pastor, and I grew up with that background. So Jesus is amazing, by the way, if I can't say it enough. Anyway, so I took that job, stopped day trading, did a little bit of it, not as much. Started kind of rolling that out of my everyday, because I had so much more duties as a pastor, and to be full-time on staff with the church at that time, and so I started just investing, and that's when I started getting into crypto. It was that was July of 2020, and then I stopped day trading probably in I think it was like November, December of 2020, and then 2021 is when I got out of stocks because of that issue with not being comfortable holding a lot of money in my account over the weekends, seeing some massive drops here and there, just not knowing what's going to happen. Not being able to trade during the weekend really frustrated me. Having these institutions being able to buy pre-market before I was even able to buy in pre-market really frustrated me. And so I just got a bad taste in my mouth from stocks. Not to mention, so I'd gotten into crypto on Webull, which let me tell you guys, like, I love Stockmo, I love Charlie and these guys. They push Webull a lot. I think Webull is okay, but as far as stocks go, it's fine. But they just don't trade enough crypto, I don't think, to really understand that you don't own your keys when you own crypto on Webull. You can trade it, sure, and your balance is related to it, but you're not able to take the coins off the wallet. You don't really have a wallet per se. You just have an account that it's like a bank account. It's just like anything else, right? So if it's not your keys, not your wallet, right? So not your crypto either. So so I started in Webull, transferred all my money out, put some of my day trading money into you know, Roth and traditional IRAs at the time, just to kind of get back into the traditional system a little bit on that end. Started looking into self managed IRA and Roth IRA situations. Still looking into that right now, as far as looking at like I Trust Capital, as far as moving some of my retirement assets into a crypto market. I do think crypto's the future, guys. I'm not going to joke with you. I think I'm completely 100% bought into the crypto future, as far as blockchain technology and store of value, and the being able to audit, and the public nature of it, but also the privacy that you get with it is fantastic. It's kind of all the things you really want out of a financial system. So then I moved on to so I moved on to Coinbase, bought some Ethereum mostly, guys. I was praying about what I should do with my money. I want to be a good steward of what God's given me. And so I felt like he told me that Ethereum was the way to go. And it's been fantastic, guys. I got in just south of $2,000. I wrote it up to $4,000, wrote it back down to $1,800, bought some more around $1,800, went back up, and to all-time highs at what, $4,800. And now we're looking at what's crypto at right now. Let's go back to my screen real quick. I want to look at Ethereum. We are having a decent morning from where we were. Pretty excited to see us going back up, and the trend exhaustion is only at the middle section here, and we've already come up to 3,800. So I do expect us to go up from here, guys. Let's see if we can crest this out of this descending resistance that we've had all the way from early December here. I think this is probably our best line of resistance, and then we got some support down here. Definitely have great support down at 3,700-ish. Then this all goes back all the way to September, these structural support levels. So I do think we'll see some. They were resistance. I think they will be support. There is support here, and here, and here, and here, and here. So hoping that holds, guys. I'm hoping we get a decent breakout. But back to my story. I wanted to, let's go so I can, here we go. You know, got a little frustrated, obviously, was hoping for, you know, more than a double up. Was watching Bitboy Crypto, was watching Altcoin Daily, watching many YouTubers out there saying this is the bull run, this is going to end in October, then it was going to end in November, and then it was going to end in December. And really, I think the mini bear market we had in after we hit $4,000 in Ethereum, and I think it was what, $60,000 ish, just over maybe 62,000 in Bitcoin. Everybody was, you know, from Richard Hart, who's the Hex guy, to a bunch of other people were saying it was the top already. I didn't believe it, obviously. My faith tells me that Ethereum is a long-term investment. I was hoping for a little bit more gains, but overall, guys, I'm doing fantastic. In August, I got invested into Axie Infinity, one of my first altcoins. I mean, Ethereum, guys, you can't really call an altcoin anymore. It's the second largest market cap. It's not far off from being first. It's not far behind Bitcoin as far as market cap. Yes, price is very different, obviously, with Bitcoin at $47,000 and Ethereum at $3,800 seems like a significant difference. But as far as market cap goes, as far as how many coins are out in the ecosystem, they're fairly close. I think Ethereum only needs to get to like 12% as far as the ratio between the prices to be 1-to-1 as far as market cap. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is 12 to 15%, something like that. And so got into Axie Infinity, have loved being in Axie Infinity. I've been not a hardcore gamer at all. I've been a gamer most of my life. Fell in love with Zelda, love RPGs, love the Elder Scrolls series, grew up playing Nintendo and just love games. My mom's an artist. I love art. I love digital art. I'm in the advertising world. I love marketing. I love branding. I love logos, these sorts of things. So anything digital art, I'm and aesthetic and functionality and fun and all these things. The intersection of all these things is where I love to live. So it's why I get into audio video technology. I put together LED walls at my church. I put together LED walls for corporate events and sound systems and these sorts of things. Anything that you can put together a true immersive audio visual lighting experience, I'm all for it. So crypto gaming is huge. I think it's going to take over where traditional gaming has, video gaming has gone. The billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry, guys. So EA Sports, these sorts of things. I can't wait to see them in a play to earn or some sort of blockchain-related, NFT gaming or something like that. That'd be fantastic. So what I also love about the revolution of Axie Infinity is the scholarship program. So shout out to all my scholars. I've had a fantastic time. Really, I hope this is true, and I do think it is, that we're really helping people out over in the Philippines in particular. I know there's some people in India playing. I know there's people in I think it's is it Venezuela that are really affected by the pandemic and are on lockdown again, some of them, and really don't have work to do, right? So giving them something to earn extra income for their family, or some of them are getting laid off. Some of them don't have a job at all. A lot of students in particular are struggling because they're trying to pay their bills for their schooling, and their families have been laid off or these sorts of situations. So I'm loving the fact that I can buy NFTs, let scholars play with them, earn us both. I'm getting return on my investment and enriching their lives, and by giving them something to do that some of them are only spending a couple hours a day making a full day's wage, or at least a half day's wage, depending on where they're at and where they're what their socioeconomic level is. Like, some of these guys are making more than they were when they were working. Some of them are making less, but all of it helps, and it's only taking them a couple hours a day, like I said. Depending on how leveled up your Axies are in the adventure mode and blah, blah, blah. You can watch my videos on Axie Infinity if you want to know more about that. But then I've also gotten into to PreSearch. So let's look at my screen again. I want to look at in particular. PreSearch has been kind of a passion project more than an investment. I do think I'm kind of fed up with Google and Facebook being the owners of all of our information, guys. And so PreSearch is if you haven't heard me talk about it, go check out some of the other videos that I've made about this. But PreSearch is a decentralized search engine. So it's like Google. It works just like Google. The only thing it doesn't do that Google does, and there's a couple little things, but the major thing is it doesn't autofill suggestions for you, which I've always found annoying for the most part, unless I'm looking for that functionality. Like, I don't want Google to tell me what I'm searching for most of the time. So so you can it's a Chrome extension. You can put it into Brave, you can put it in Firefox, and you can just use it. You can put it on your phone. In fact, I have it on my my iOS devices, and as instead of Safari, I just use PreSearch. So The cool thing about PreSearch is when you search, so let's just search PreSearch. And I won't put the .org just so it looks like a search engine, but you actually make, up here in the top right corner, it tells you how much pre you have made since you started using PreSearch. And so every time you search something, you actually get a little bit of pre in return, which is pretty fantastic, to be honest. You do have to, the one thing that's turning people off, I think, is that you have to get 1,000 pre before you can do a withdrawal. Just a heads up on that. It will take you, I've been in the PreSearch ecosystem, or using PreSearch in my browser as my search engine browser for, my search engine within my browser for about 3 months now, and I've only made 51 pre. However, pre has only gone up from where I started. When I started using it, we were at 24 cents per pre, and pre to USDT right now is on an uptrend, and we're at 38 cents. It has been as high as 50 cents, which I'm pretty stoked to say, like, that's probably our next line of resistance, guys, as far as that goes. But I got down here about 24 cents way back in probably right in this neck of the woods, October, November area, and I actually started staking pre as a service as well, because I wanted to continue the service. I wanted to become a part of what's going on. So I spun up 2 nodes on virtual servers. You can check out my video on that. I'll link to that below as well. How to start PreSearch nodes. You do have to have 2,000 pre in each node, or staked per node, to get rewards. But then you actually end up making about 1 to 2 pre per node. I think it's like 1.5 per node per day. And so I know that's only like, what, so is it 33 cents right now? PreSearch is 38 cents. So let's let's do the math. So 38 times 1.5, that's 57 cents a day. But at 2 nodes, that's $1 a day, and you know, it's completely passive, So 30 bucks a month to you know, be a part of the ecosystem. You only have to put in 2,000 pre, which at the time when I purchased, I think it was like 500 bucks. I think now it'd be a little bit more, obviously, with the up in price. But so 2,000 pre times 0.38, $760 per node right now. I think it's still very, very worth it. I think especially since we've seen pre at prices upwards of, you know, 48 to 50 cents. So and the pre ecosystem is being adopted pretty well. In fact, it's on iOS devices in Europe. You get a choice. You don't automatically have Safari as your browser. You have a screen when you open it up, and it has browser, has Google, and it has Safari, and it has all the different Chrome and Brave is on there, I believe, and then you also have PreSearch as an option. So we're starting to see more adoption in Europe in particular. I've been spreading the news. You can get referral a link there, and you can send it to. I've sent it to 29 people that have started trialing it. Nobody has hit the 50 required for me to see any rewards yet, but we've only been going for about 2 months. So if you want to check that out, I highly recommend. Please use my referral link below if you want to support this channel, guys. And with that, what's going on for 2022? I want to expand my my pre-nodes. I think I might put a little bit more into that this year. The return on investment so far has been fantastic. I'm honestly, because of the because of the staking rewards, and plus I'm actually staking search terms now too, so I'm starting to see some results there. haven't gotten any sales yet on affiliate link with Friedrichs Coffee. I'm going to shill it real quick, guys. If you guys like coffee and crypto, go over to friedrichscoffee.com. Buy yourself a 12-ounce bag of fresh, roasted to order coffee that'll be sent straight to your door in the 48 continental United States. And if you use code FREESHIPUSA at checkout, you get free shipping. That does help support the channel, guys. But I've staked coffee beans, the keyword, on the PreSearch platform, and it's only been up there for about a month. Not enough people are using it to get any ad clicks yet, but I have gotten a couple views, and I'm just excited to see what happens as more and more people adopt PreSearch for their search engine. Again, they don't track your data, they don't hold on to your data. It's not stored. So it's on the Ethereum network. It's you know, you can track it on the blockchain, all these things. So yeah, as far as Axie Infinity goes, I'm up to 9 teams, and not including myself. Including myself, I've got 10 teams, over 30 Axies, making great ROI there. Yes, SLP prices are dropping, and currently AXS is just under $100, where most of my XS was bought under $100. Some of it was bought at closer to $150. So right now, as far as the amounts of you know, the price break that I have on my current AXS is pretty much even, but I have been accumulating more and more, and actually using some of the profits to buy new teams, and that's how I've been able to get to 10 teams in Axie Infinity. And so what does 2022 look like? Growing my Axie Infinity team, looking more into PreSearch. I want to keep everything in the Ethereum network in particular, because that's where God put my heart, honestly. And I think Ethereum is going to change the way it's the backbone of Web 3.0. If you think Solana is that, if you think ADA is that, you know, maybe. I think all other layer 1s will end up bridging with Ethereum long term. There's already bridges between Ethereum and other networks. So the popularity game, you know, Ethereum was the first, and we'll get that founders you know, sort of advantage. So first to the plate, right? So I think we're going to see higher growth in Ethereum and crypto adoption this year. I'm not sure we'll see an extended bear market. We're sort of in a bearish market right now with Bitcoin and Ethereum in particular. But I do think with ETH 2.0 coming out later this year, hopefully in Q2, June is what I'm hoping for right now. And with that, we'll have the merge and a triple halving, or a triple halving of the supply, and just so excited to see what's going to happen with Ethereum. I'll be looking more into continuing to look into play to earn. If you've watched my channel, you know I've gotten into Town Star as well. I think Gala Games is going to be huge. I haven't gotten super deep into the actual NFT trade. There are other channels that talk about that more. I do say that I talk about NFTs, but it's more related to play to earn gaming than it is to just the art side of things. Although I do love art, and I do want to get, like, I talked about the POC projects, the Poets Lost Poets project is fantastic, guys. Check that out if you're really into art NFTs. I'm not into Bored Apes. I think they're cool, sure, but I'm not gonna be I'm not likely, let's put it that, I'm not likely to be in a place where I'll be able to purchase something similar to that, and I don't really see the value as someone who really values people, and I don't love exclusivity in just to have it, right? So I like to have people have opportunity. That's why I love the scholarship side of Axie Infinity. My heart is to be generous, and that's why I want to continue to get crypto gains so that I can give back more. I give a lot to my church, guys. Our church does a lot of missions. I love missions. I've been to Africa twice, actually 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. Love doing missions out there, and as a videographer in particular, telling stories of what God is doing in the hearts of people. And I do hope to be able to merge what I do here with what I do in that world as well. I haven't mentioned this before, but I do have another YouTube channel called Church Media Pro. So if you're into church media and the kind of the ins and outs of church technology, or AV technology in particular for the for churches, for the modern church, go ahead and check that out. I'll link that in the description as well, and I hope to grow that channel in 2022 as well. But thanks for watching, guys. I think I've rambled on enough about what I'm up to. Thank you. You know, I just want to thank God for all the opportunity that's come in 2021, and I look forward to what's going on in 22. And with that, guys, I love you heaps, and I want to say, if you don't know Jesus, hit me up. I'd love to talk to him, talk to you about him. In fact, let me pray for y'all. Thank you, Lord, so much for this amazing community. I pray that they are blessed in 2022. May financial freedom come to them. May you give them what they need in whatever situation they're in today and this year. In Jesus' name, amen.